Hello, English learners. Welcome back to Daily English Talks. I'm Mia, and I'm so happy to have you here today. Tell me honestly, have you ever felt this way? You watch English videos, you understand everything, but when it's your turn to speak, your mind goes blank. You know the words, but they don't come out naturally. You can understand English perfectly, but you can't speak it fluently. If that sounds like you, then today's lesson is just for you. In this long, relaxing practice session, we're going to fix that problem together. I'll guide you step by step through how to unlock the English that's already inside your head and bring it out in real conversation. We'll train your mouth, your brain, and your rhythm of speech so you can finally express yourself freely in English. So find a quiet place, take a deep breath, and let's begin slowly. First, let's understand why this happens. You've probably learned English for years. You read, you watch movies. Maybe you even understand native speakers easily. But when you try to speak, your brain freezes. It's not because you're bad at English. It's because your speaking muscles aren't trained yet. Your brain understands in English, but your mouth still depends on your first language for help. There's a little delay, a small translation gap. That gap is what we're going to close today. Imagine this. When a baby learns a language, they listen for months before speaking. They repeat sounds, copy rhythms, and connect meaning to sound, not to translation. You, as an English learner, can do the same, but faster, because you already understand English. Now, you just need to train your brain to send words straight to your mouth without translating. Here's a small exercise. Take a simple sentence like, "I'm getting ready for work." Say it slowly with me. "I'm getting ready for work." Again, "I'm getting ready for work." Now change it slightly. "I'm getting ready for school." "I'm getting ready for dinner." "I'm getting ready for my meeting." Repeat each variation with a calm, confident voice. This helps your brain create natural pathways between ideas and speech. Speaking English fluently isn't about memorizing long vocabulary lists. It's about using simple phrases repeatedly until they become automatic. Think of it like driving a car. You don't think about each movement, you just do it. Speaking should feel the same. Now, close your eyes for a moment and imagine you're in the kitchen making breakfast. Talk about what you're doing in English, even if you're alone. Say things like, "I'm boiling water," "I'm making tea," "I'm cutting bread," "I'm spreading butter." Describe every small action. This simple exercise trains your brain to think in English while you live your real life. Let's do it together slowly. Repeat after me. I'm pouring milk. I'm adding sugar. I'm stirring my coffee. I'm taking a sip. It tastes good. You see? These are simple phrases, but they create rhythm and flow. When you practice like this, your brain stops asking for translation. It starts building patterns. Another reason you understand but can't speak is fear. Fear of mistakes, fear of sounding strange, fear of being judged. That fear makes your mind freeze. But remember, mistakes are not proof that you're bad at English. They're proof that you're learning. Every native speaker made thousands of mistakes as children. So give yourself permission to sound imperfect. The goal is to communicate, not to be perfect. Now, let's try a confidence exercise. Imagine you meet a new friend and you want to start a conversation. Say out loud, "Hey, how's it going?" Pause. "I'm good, just a little tired today." Pause again. "I watched a movie last night. It was really funny." Now answer yourself. "Oh, really? What was the movie about?" Continue naturally. This kind of self-dialogue trains your brain to switch between questions and answers automatically. Let's add emotion to your voice. Practice this line with different feelings. "I can't believe it." Say it with surprise, then with happiness, then with frustration. When you do this, you teach your brain not only to speak words, but to express feelings in English too. That's how you sound natural and alive when you speak. Many learners also struggle because they focus only on grammar rules while speaking. Grammar is important, but when you're trying to speak, thinking about rules slows you down. Instead of saying, "Is this correct?" focus on, "Can I express this idea?" You can always fix grammar later. The more you speak freely, the faster your accuracy will grow naturally. Let's do a free speaking drill. I'll start a line and you continue it in your own mind. Ready? "Today I woke up and..." Fill the rest yourself. Don't worry about mistakes. Just speak. Next one. "When I think about learning English, I feel..." Keep talking until your ideas run out. This is called flow practice. It helps you stay in English for longer periods without switching languages. Another practical step is to shadow native speech. Shadowing means listening and repeating immediately, matching tone, rhythm, and emotion. It's one of the most powerful ways to turn passive understanding into active speaking. For example, if you hear, "What do you mean?" repeat it instantly, mimicking the sound, not just the words. Do it again and again until it feels like your own voice. Let's try a short shadowing moment now. Listen and repeat. "What do you mean?" "That sounds interesting." "I totally agree." "I don't think so." These are short, daily life expressions you can use anywhere. If you shadow them daily, your tongue and brain start moving together, naturally and quickly. Here's another practice method. Describe what you see around you. Look at your room, your desk, your window. Say everything you notice in English. For example, "There's a notebook on my desk. The window is open. I can hear birds outside. The air feels fresh." It may feel simple, but this is how fluency builds, from describing your real world using simple English. When you talk about your surroundings, you teach your brain that English is not a separate subject. It's part of your life. It becomes your thinking tool, not just a classroom skill. Now, let's slow down and breathe. I want you to repeat after me calmly. "I can speak English." Again, "I can speak English." Say it slowly until you believe it, because you truly can. You already understand so much. Now we're training your speaking muscles to match your mind. Let's practice short responses you can use in real conversations. Repeat after me. "Yeah, that's true." "I know what you mean." "That happens to me too." "Really? That's funny." "Oh, I didn't know that." These natural fillers make your speech sound alive and real. Practice them until they flow without effort. Now, imagine you're chatting with a friend after work. Try this mini dialogue. You. "How was your day?" Friend. "Pretty good, just busy." You. "Yeah, same here. I had a lot to do." Friend. "What did you do?" You. "I finished some reports and then went shopping." Friend. "Nice. Did you buy anything?" You. Yeah, I bought a new shirt. It's comfortable. Pause here and repeat the whole dialogue with me, slowly and clearly. Feel the rhythm of a real conversation. If you practice short dialogues like this daily, your brain will automatically produce similar responses in real life. That's fluency. Automatic response, not memorization. Now, let's talk about mindset. Many learners say, I can understand, but I can't speak, because they identify as listeners, not speakers. But today, I want you to change that identity. Say to yourself, I am an English speaker. Even if your English isn't perfect yet, your identity shapes your confidence. The more you believe it, the more your brain supports it. Let's repeat that slowly together. I am an English speaker. Pause. I use English every day. Pause. English is part of my life. These affirmations are small but powerful. They help your brain relax and trust your voice. When you feel shy or nervous, use breathing to reset your rhythm. Before speaking, take a slow breath in and breathe out with a smile. It tells your body that speaking English is safe. Your mind will follow. Before we close this first section, let's review the key idea in action. Understanding English is step 1. Speaking it freely requires practice, confidence, and habit. Every time you describe your day, shadow a phrase, or talk to yourself out loud, you're building the bridge between understanding and speaking. So here's your challenge for today. After this session, talk to yourself in English for 5 minutes about anything. Your plans, your feelings, your surroundings. No grammar checking, no translation. Just pure expression. And remember, fluency grows when English becomes your daily habit, not your occasional subject. You've already started building the bridge between understanding and speaking. Now, let's go deeper and make English flow naturally in your daily life. Think about the last time you watched a movie or a YouTube video in English. You probably understood almost everything, right? You could follow the story, you could laugh at the jokes, and maybe even guess what the characters were going to say next. But when you tried to describe the same scene to a friend or repeat a sentence, you couldn't remember the exact words. This happens because your brain only stored the meaning, not the sound pattern of the sentence. To speak fluently, you must train both your understanding and your sound memory together. Let's do a small shadowing exercise right now. Repeat after me slowly and naturally. That sounds amazing. Again, that sounds amazing. Now say it faster with feeling. That sounds amazing. You see how the emotion changes the rhythm? Your mouth starts to copy the flow of real conversation. Now another one. I didn't expect that. Say it calmly first, then say it with surprise, then with laughter. I didn't expect that. When you repeat a line in different emotions, your speaking muscles become flexible. You begin to own the language instead of just understanding it. Let's talk about your environment. Many learners separate English from their daily life. They study it only at certain times. But the secret is to live with English all day long, like a background melody in your mind. Change your phone language to English. Read small things like labels, signs, or app notifications in English. When you think about something, try to form one simple sentence about it in English. For example, if you're waiting for a bus, say to yourself quietly, "The bus is taking too long today." If you're cooking, say, The smell of garlic is really strong. If you're tired, whisper, I need some rest. These little self-talk moments keep your brain active in English. Let's do a quick real-life scenario practice together. Imagine it's Monday morning and you've just woken up. Say with me, it's Monday already. I don't feel like getting up, but I have to go to work. Let me check my phone. Oh, I got a message. I'll reply later. Time to brush my teeth. The water is cold. I'll make some coffee. Feel how real it sounds? You're not translating. You're living in English through daily thoughts. Now, let's focus on rhythm and pause. When native speakers talk, they don't rush every word. They use pauses and small rises in tone to make the message clear. You can practice this even alone. Try this line. I really like this place. Say it once slowly. Now pause after really. I really like this place. That small pause adds emotion. Try another. I don't know what to say. Add a soft pause after no. I don't know what to say. This rhythm is what makes English sound smooth and natural. Many learners also think they need a huge vocabulary to speak well, but that's not true. You only need about 2,000 to 3,000 common words to express most ideas in English. The key is not how many words you know, but how easily you can use them in real sentences. So let's practice using simple words in many ways. Take the word get. It's small but powerful. Listen and repeat with me. I get up early. I get tired easily. I get along with my coworkers. I got a new phone. I'm getting ready to go out. Did you get my message? You see? One word, many uses. Mastering small words gives you fluency faster than memorizing difficult vocabulary. Now, let's focus on a daily conversation pattern that helps your confidence. When someone asks you a question, answer with a short phrase first, then add a little more detail. For example, do you like coffee? You can say, yeah, I love it. Then add, I drink it every morning. Or, no, not really. Then add, I prefer tea. This small trick keeps your speaking natural and avoids long pauses of thinking. Let's practice together. I'll ask a few questions and you answer them aloud, following the short then expand method. Ready? Do you enjoy watching movies? Do you cook often? Are you working or studying right now? Do you like rainy weather? Do you play any sports? Answer each with a short response, then a little extra detail. This is how you train real conversation flow. Now, let's work on connecting words smoothly. Native speakers rarely speak word by word. They link sounds together. For example, want to becomes wanna. Going to becomes gonna. Did you sounds like didja. You don't need to speak fast, but you can practice linking gently so your speech flows more naturally. Let's try it. Repeat after me slowly. I'm gonna call my friend. I wanna go out. Did ya see that movie? What you doing? These small connected sounds help your English sound alive and relaxed. You're not imitating slang. You're learning real spoken rhythm. Here's another mini exercise for fluency. It's called Describe and Extend. Start with one short sentence, then add one more detail each time. For example, I'm sitting in my room. I'm sitting in my room and it's quiet. I'm sitting in my room and it's quiet because everyone's asleep. I'm sitting in my room and it's quiet because everyone's asleep and I can hear the rain outside. Each step adds fluency and confidence. Now, let's make it interactive. Start with this line. I'm walking outside. Add one more thing. I'm walking outside and it's sunny. Keep going. I'm walking outside and it's sunny, but a little windy. I'm walking outside and it's sunny, but a little windy, and I feel great. Excellent. This kind of layering trains you to think in English sentences instead of translating from your language. Let's talk about pronunciation awareness. Many learners understand English but can't speak smoothly because they fear their pronunciation is wrong. But here's the truth. Pronunciation isn't about sounding like a native speaker. It's about being clear. People don't care about your accent. They care about your message. So let's work on clarity, not perfection. Practice opening your mouth slightly more than usual and speaking slowly. Try this phrase. Can you help me, please? Focus on each sound, then join them naturally. Again, can you help me, please? Notice how smooth it feels when you stretch your mouth just a little. Here's another one. I really appreciate it. Don't rush. Say it softly and clearly. I really appreciate it. Good. The more you practice like this, the more comfortable your speech becomes. Now, let's talk about how to train your brain to respond instantly in English. The key is automatic thinking. That means you don't analyze sentences while speaking. You react naturally. For example, when someone says, "How are you?" you don't think of grammar. You just say, "I'm good. How about you?" automatically. Let's build this instinct with fast response drills. I'll say a cue, and you answer immediately without thinking too much. Ready? How's the weather? What did you eat today? Where are you going? Do you like music? What time is it? Are you tired? These questions are simple, but when you answer quickly, you're training your reflexes. Now, let's practice some emotion-based expressions to make your English sound natural. Repeat these lines with the correct feeling. That's incredible. I can't believe this. That's so annoying. What a beautiful day. I'm so happy, right? Now, when you add emotion, your speaking becomes expressive and human, not robotic. Another technique is mirroring. Watch short clips of real people speaking in English and copy their tone, speed, and gestures. If you don't have a partner, the mirror is your best friend. Stand in front of it, look at your reflection, and speak English as if you're talking to someone. This builds your confidence and helps you see your facial expressions. Try it now. Look at your imaginary reflection and say, "Hi, how are you?" Smile slightly. "I'm doing fine, thank you." Look confident, even if you're alone. You'll notice your voice sounds stronger when your body feels confident. Now, let's focus on one of the biggest habits to build fluency: consistency. Practicing English once a week won't help much. But practicing a few minutes every day will change everything. 5 minutes of speaking every morning and 5 minutes before bed can train your mouth and brain faster than hours of study once a week. Let's set a mini goal right now. Repeat after me. From today, I'll speak English every day. Again. From today, I'll speak English every day. Commit to that promise. Even if it's just describing what you're doing, it counts. Now, let's do a slow shadowing moment again to close this section. Listen and repeat each line naturally. I understand English. I can speak English. I'm training my brain every day. I don't need to be perfect to communicate. I'm improving with every word I say. You're not just learning English. You're building a new version of yourself who can think, feel, and live in another language. That's powerful. So, from now on, keep your English alive in small daily ways. Talk to yourself, shadow phrases, describe your world, and enjoy the process. Because speaking English isn't about showing off. It's about connecting, expressing, and living freely. Take one last deep breath with me. Relax your shoulders, smile gently, and say softly, I can speak English, and it feels good. Now that you've started thinking and responding more freely in English, let's move to the next level, learning how to keep a conversation flowing naturally. Many learners can start a sentence, but they get stuck after a few words. They worry about what to say next, and that worry blocks fluency. But when you learn how to connect ideas smoothly, speaking becomes effortless. Think about this. When you talk in your native language, you don't plan each word. You simply let your thoughts travel through your voice. That's what we want to achieve in English, too. The secret is not in big vocabulary, but in transition words, small connectors that keep your sentences moving. Words like and, but, because, so, then, and actually. Let's practice this together. I'll start a sentence and you add the next part in your mind. I wanted to go out, but what could you say? Maybe, but it started raining. Or, but I was too tired. You see how easily the thought continues? Try another. I was hungry, so maybe, so I made a sandwich. These linking words help you stay in English instead of stopping to think in your first language. Let's repeat a few more aloud. I wanted to call you, but I forgot. I was watching TV and my friend came over. I didn't go out because it was too late. I woke up early, so I finished my work on time. Actually, I don't really like coffee. Each of these sentences builds rhythm and flow. The more you practice them, the less you translate, and the more naturally you speak. Now, let's bring in a simple daily conversation example. Imagine you meet your neighbor in the morning. You smile and say, "Good morning, how are you today?" They reply, "I'm fine, thanks. How about you?" You say, "Pretty good, just a little sleepy." They laugh and say, "Yeah, Mondays are tough." You reply, "True. I stayed up late last night watching a movie." That small exchange may seem simple, but it's full of natural flow. Each response connects smoothly to the one before it. Let's practice a short self-dialogue like that together. I'll play both sides slowly. You repeat after each line. Hey, how's your day going? Not bad, just a bit busy. Oh yeah, what are you working on? I'm finishing some reports for tomorrow. That sounds stressful. Yeah, but I'm almost done. You see? A natural, friendly tone keeps the conversation moving. Now let's focus on one important part of speaking, intonation. Intonation is the rise and fall of your voice that gives meaning to sentences. For example, when you ask a question, your voice rises at the end. Try saying, "Are you coming?" Notice the upward tone. Now say, "I'm coming." The voice stays flat or goes down slightly. These patterns help listeners understand your mood and purpose. Let's practice some intonation lines. Repeat after me. Do you like it? Rise at the end. I like it. Flat tone. Really? Rise for surprise. That's nice. Gentle fall at the end. Intonation is music in language. Without it, speech sounds robotic. But when you add tone, your English becomes expressive and alive. Now, let's do a storytelling exercise. One of the best ways to train fluency. Don't worry, it doesn't need to be long or complicated. Just tell a short story about something that happened recently. For example, listen to me first. Yesterday, I went to the grocery store. It was raining heavily, and I forgot my umbrella. I ran. Inside, bought some fruit, and then realized I didn't bring my wallet. I had to go back home, get it, and come again. Simple, right? Now it's your turn. Think about something small that happened in your life. Maybe a funny or surprising moment. Speak it aloud in English right now. Don't worry about grammar. Just describe it naturally, like you're talking to a friend. That's how you build storytelling confidence. If you want, I'll guide you through it step by step. Start with the time. Yesterday, or this morning, or last weekend. Then say what happened. I met a friend. I missed the bus. Or I cooked dinner. Then describe what you felt. It was fun. It was stressful. It was funny. Add one small detail. It started raining, or my phone battery died. And finish with what you learned or what you did next. This pattern makes storytelling simple and effective. Let's try a guided one together. Repeat after me slowly. Last weekend, I went to the park. It was sunny and warm. I sat on a bench and listened to music. Then I saw a cute dog running around. It came near me and I played with it. That made me really happy. I love small moments like that. That's it, a short story, but full of feeling and rhythm. Now, let's talk about one of the best secret habits fluent speakers use: paraphrasing. Paraphrasing means saying the same idea in a different way when you don't know the exact word. For example, if you forget the word disappointed, you can say, I felt bad because it didn't go the way I wanted. If you forget exhausted, you can say, I was really, really tired. Let's practice paraphrasing together. I'll give you a word and you try to say it differently. Ready? Happy. You could say, I feel good, or I feel great. Angry. Maybe I'm upset, or I'm not in a good mood. Beautiful. You can say, it looks amazing, or it's really nice. Difficult. You could say, it's not easy, or it's hard to do. This skill helps you speak smoothly, even when you forget a specific word. You keep the conversation going instead of freezing. And the best part? You learn synonyms naturally while practicing. Let's take a moment to do a calm reflection. Close your eyes if you can, and think about how far you've come. You can understand English easily. You've started thinking in English more often. You're practicing small conversations, describing your world, shadowing sounds, and learning rhythm. Every small effort adds up, and your confidence is already growing. Let's add some emotional repetition to make your confidence stronger. Repeat slowly after me. I can express myself in English. I don't need to be perfect. I just need to keep practicing. Every time I speak, I improve. I'm becoming fluent step by step. Feel the truth of those words. You are already doing it. Now, let's bring some real-life practice examples to make this lesson more active. Imagine you're at a cafe ordering something to drink. I'll guide you through it. Say, "Hi, can I get a cup of coffee, please?" Pause. "With milk and sugar. For here or to go?" "For here, please." "Anything else?" "No, that's all, thank you." "That'll be $3. Here you go." "Thanks, have a nice day." "You too." This kind of simple practice helps you handle daily situations naturally and politely. Let's try another quick scenario. At a store buying clothes. "Hi, do you have this shirt in a medium size?" "Yes, let me check." "Sure, take your time." "Here it is." "Thanks. Can I try it on?" "Of course, the fitting room is right there." "It fits well. I'll take it." "Great. Would you like to pay by card or cash?" "By card, please." You can shadow this kind of dialogue daily to build confidence for real-life conversations. When you practice real situations like these, your brain starts building automatic patterns for communication. The next time you're in a similar situation, the words will come out easily, without hesitation. Let's strengthen your fluency with a 30-second spontaneous speaking exercise. Take a simple topic, for example, my favorite food. Set a timer for 30 seconds and talk nonstop about it in English. Don't worry about grammar, just keep your mouth moving. After you finish, take another topic like my morning routine and speak for another 30 seconds. This exercise trains your brain to think and speak at the same time. Let's do one together right now, slowly. My favorite food is pasta. I like it because it's easy to make and delicious. I usually cook it with vegetables and a little cheese. I could eat it every day. When I was a kid, my mom made it every Sunday, so it reminds me of home. See? That's only a few sentences, but it builds a rhythm. You can talk about anything this way: books, music, your city, or your friends. Now, let's go over one more listening and speaking trick that will change the way you learn: active imitation. When you listen to native speakers, don't just hear the words. Imitate their melody and breathing. For example, if you hear, "How's it going?" don't just repeat the words. Copy the tone, the speed, the emotion. How's it going? That's how real fluency develops, through sound connection, not just meaning. Let's practice a few daily expressions like that. Repeat naturally after me. What's up? How's your day? Been? Not too bad. Can't complain. That's awesome. Take care. See you soon. Each of these small expressions can make your English sound confident and friendly. Finally, let's cool down this part with a gentle reflection exercise. Take a deep breath, relax your shoulders, and repeat slowly after me. I can understand English, and I can speak English. My mind and mouth are learning to work together. I enjoy practicing every day. English is becoming part of who I am. You're not just learning words anymore. You're learning rhythm, emotion, and real communication. You're transforming the English you understand into the English you can speak freely. And that's a big step forward. Keep breathing, keep smiling, and keep talking to yourself in English whenever you can. Because every moment of practice, every small sentence you say, brings you closer to fluency. By now, you've practiced short dialogues, connected your thoughts naturally, and started building the rhythm of English speech. That's wonderful progress. But to truly speak fluently, you need one more important habit: speaking without fear. Fear is the silent wall between understanding and speaking. You might know everything you need to say, but the moment you try, your heart beats faster, your mouth goes dry, and your mind says, "What if I make a mistake?" That fear blocks your words before they even leave your lips. The truth is, every English speaker you admire once felt exactly the same. Even native speakers feel nervous in new situations. The only difference is that they speak anyway. The secret isn't confidence first, it's action first. Confidence comes after you speak, not before. You can train your brain to stay calm by practicing small conversations every day, even alone. Let's do a small confidence building exercise right now. I want you to say this slowly with me. It's okay to make mistakes. Every mistake helps me grow. I don't need to be perfect to speak English. I just need to be brave enough to try. Say those sentences again and again until they feel natural. The more you repeat them, the more your brain accepts them as truth. Now, let's imagine a real-life moment that usually causes nervousness. You're at a small gathering and someone says, "So, where are you from?" You freeze for a second, unsure of how to answer smoothly. Let's fix that together. Say with me, "I'm from your country. Have you ever been there?" That small question at the end keeps the conversation alive. You don't need long, complicated answers, just friendly curiosity. Try another one. Someone says, "Your English is really good." You smile and reply, "Thank you. I've been practicing a lot lately." See how natural that feels? You can even add, "I try to use English every day." Small, simple sentences make you sound relaxed and confident. When you stop worrying about being perfect, your brain stops overthinking grammar and starts flowing naturally. Speaking fluently is not about avoiding mistakes. It's about keeping the conversation moving even when mistakes happen. If you forget a word, describe it in another way. If you say something wrong, just smile and correct yourself calmly. That's what fluent speakers do too. Let's practice a short recovery exercise. Pretend you forget a word mid-sentence. You're saying, "I want to buy a," and then you forget the word umbrella. Instead of freezing, say, "I want to buy a thing that protects you from rain." That's communication. You got your message across. Over time, your vocabulary will fill in naturally, but this skill keeps you fluent even now. Here's another situation. You're talking and suddenly realize you used the wrong tense. Don't panic. Simply fix it softly. Say, "Oh, I mean," and then restate it correctly. For example, "Yesterday I go to the park." "Oh, I mean, I went to the park." That's how real speakers handle small slips. They don't stop, they adjust smoothly. Let's shift the focus a little and talk about speed. Many learners think speaking fast equals fluency, but that's not true. Real fluency means comfort, not speed. It's better to speak slowly with confidence than fast with fear. When you speak too quickly, your brain doesn't have time to choose the right words, and you end up making unnecessary mistakes. So let's practice slow speaking. Repeat after me at a gentle pace. "I'm learning to speak English more clearly. I don't rush my words. I let every sentence flow naturally. I feel calm when I speak." You'll notice that your voice sounds stronger and clearer when you slow down. Let's use a simple conversation example to test your slow rhythm. Imagine you're ordering food at a restaurant. Say, "Hi, can I have the grilled chicken, please?" "Yes, with some rice on the side." "That's all, thank you." "Could I get a glass of water too?" "Perfect. Thanks so much." Speak each line with a small pause, like real life. Slow doesn't mean boring, it means confident. Now, another important part of natural speaking is intonation with feeling. If your voice stays flat all the time, it sounds robotic. But if you add emotion, even small changes, your English becomes warm and human. Try this short line in different emotions. Say, "That's interesting." First, say it with real curiosity. Now say it with surprise. Now with sarcasm. You see how tone changes meaning completely? That's the magic of voice expression. Let's do a short exercise to make your tone more alive. I'll say a sentence, and you repeat it while imagining a real situation behind it. "I can't believe it." Imagine your friend told you shocking news. "That's so nice of you." Imagine someone gave you a gift. "Oh no, not again." Imagine something went wrong twice. Feel the emotion as you speak. This teaches your brain to connect English words with real feelings, not just meanings. Another strong technique for fluency is chunk practice. Instead of memorizing single words, learn and repeat small word groups, the way native speakers naturally use them. For example, instead of learning thanks alone, learn thanks a lot, thanks for coming, thanks for your help. When you practice chunks, your mouth remembers full patterns instead of building each sentence from scratch. Let's do a few chunk drills together. Repeat after me slowly and naturally. "Do you know what I mean?" "It's up to you." "I'm not sure about that." "That reminds me of something." "I haven't thought about it." "Let me check." These are powerful little tools that keep conversations flowing effortlessly. Now imagine you're in a friendly chat and you want to sound natural. Use short responses that sound spontaneous. For example, "Friend, it's really hot today." You, "Yeah, tell me about it." Friend, "I didn't sleep much last night." You, "Oh, really? Why not?" Friend, "I was watching a movie." You, "Nice. What movie?" These quick, short reactions make you sound more alive and connected. Let's do a self-dialogue practice round to reinforce this skill. I'll say one line, you respond aloud naturally. "I'm really tired today." "I have so much work." "My phone battery keeps dying." "I want to travel somewhere." "I don't like waiting in long lines." Just answer each line like a real chat. You'll notice your English becomes faster and more instinctive with each repetition. Now, let's bring your listening skills into this. When you listen actively, you can predict what's coming next, and that helps your brain prepare responses faster. For example, if someone says, "I'm thinking of buying a new phone," your brain immediately thinks of related phrases like, "Really? Which one?" Or, "That's great. Any idea which model?" That's the secret. Not waiting to translate, but reacting naturally in context. Let's train this prediction ability with a small drill. I'll give you the start of a sentence, and you respond quickly in your mind. "I started watching a new show." Maybe you reply, "Oh yeah, what's it about?" "I tried a new restaurant last night." "Nice. How was it?" "I'm learning to cook." "That's cool. What did you make?" This simple practice keeps your brain active and engaged during real, conversations. Now, let's talk about shadowing for rhythm improvement again, this time with natural pauses. Repeat after me calmly, focusing on timing. I went for a walk. It was quiet outside. The air felt cool, and the sky looked beautiful. I thought about my goals and how far I've come. That's how fluent speakers sound. Soft rhythm, gentle pauses, clear meaning. Here's another shadowing set, slightly faster. I woke up late, grabbed some coffee, and rushed out the door. I met my friend at the cafe. We talked for hours. It felt good to speak freely. Practicing rhythm like this will make your speech flow naturally without forcing speed. Now, let's shift the focus slightly, from technique to mindset again. Remember, the way you feel while speaking is as important as what you say. If you constantly tell yourself, "I can't speak," your brain believes it. But if you gently say, "I'm learning and I'm improving," your brain relaxes and performs better. Self-talk is powerful. Let's build a strong mental habit right now. Repeat softly after me. I'm learning every time I speak. It's okay if I forget words sometimes. I'm becoming more fluent every day. I'm proud of my progress. I'm not afraid to speak anymore. Feel those words as you say them. This kind of self-belief builds emotional confidence, which leads to fluent expression. Now let's return to daily life English. Imagine you're at work or school and you want to join a conversation. The best way is to start with a small comment or question. For example, someone says, "I'm so busy this week." You can say, "Same here," or "Yeah, me too." If someone says, "I just finished my project," you can respond, "That's great. How did it go?" If someone mentions the weather, say, "I know, it's been crazy lately." These small contributions help you sound engaged and confident. Let's practice this kind of participation right now. I'll say a few sample sentences. You reply naturally. "I had a long day today." "I'm planning a trip next month." "I love listening to music while driving." "I'm trying to eat healthier." "I started learning guitar." Great, keep going. Build your responses without hesitation. Now, let's take one last deep focus exercise for this section. I want you to speak for 1 full minute about your day. Start from the morning and move through the evening. Describe what you did, what you saw, what you felt. It might sound like this. "This morning I woke up early. I made a cup of tea and sat by the window. It was still dark outside, and I could hear birds singing. After breakfast, I checked my emails and went for a short walk. The air felt fresh, and I smiled at a neighbor. Later, I watched a video to practice English. Now I feel proud because I'm improving." That's 1 minute of calm, natural speech. Do this exercise every day. Speak freely for 1 minute about anything. Your plans, your goals, your feelings. You'll notice that after a week, words start coming faster. After a month, sentences connect naturally. After 3 months, you'll realize you're speaking fluently without even trying. Now take a slow breath and repeat softly after me. I understand English. I can speak English. I'm improving with every single word. I'm confident in my progress. English is becoming a natural part of my life. You've already made huge progress. Your mouth, brain, and confidence are working together more smoothly than before. Keep this energy alive as we continue to explore deeper techniques in the next section. You've already done so much work. You're not just learning English, you're transforming the way your brain works with English. And that's powerful. But now, let's go deeper into one of the most important steps in your journey: thinking directly in English instead of translating every thought from your native language. When you understand English easily but can't speak it smoothly, the reason is often that small delay between thought and words. You think first in your own language, then try to find English equivalents. And by the time you form the sentence, the conversation has already moved on. The goal now is to remove that middle step and let English flow naturally in your thoughts. Let's begin with something simple. When you look at an object around you, don't name it in your language. Name it in English. For example, if you see a chair, don't think chair after translating it from your mother tongue. Just see it as chair. If you see a glass of water, think water, not the translation. This small shift helps your brain build direct links between images and English words. Let's practice together right now. Look around you and describe what you see in English. There's a table in front of me. I can see a window. There's a phone on my desk. The air feels warm. The light is bright. Keep speaking in small, clear sentences without translation. Every second you do this, your brain is learning to think in English naturally. Now, let's go one step further, thinking about actions in English. Instead of saying to yourself, "Now I will eat," in your own language, try thinking it directly in English. I'm eating. I'm walking. I'm checking my phone. I'm washing the dishes. Describe what you're doing as you do it. This method is called narrative self-talk, and it's one of the most powerful fluency exercises in the world. Try it with me for a moment. Imagine you just woke up. Say softly, "I'm opening my eyes. I'm stretching my arms. I'm sitting up. I'm getting out of bed. I'm walking to the kitchen. I'm making coffee. It smells so good. I'm taking a sip. It feels warm and comforting." See how it flows? You're living in English, not studying it. Another powerful practice is to think in English about what you plan to do next. For example, before leaving the house, say, "I'm going to meet my friend. We'll have lunch together. I'll tell her about my new job. Then I'll go shopping for groceries. I'll come back home in the evening." This keeps your brain preparing English sentences naturally. Let's do a reflection practice now. Think about what you did yesterday and describe it softly in English. Yesterday, I went to work. I met my colleagues. We had a short meeting. I came home around 6. Then I cooked dinner and watched a show. It was a peaceful day. When you describe past actions daily like this, your speaking becomes smoother and your grammar improves automatically. Now, let's talk about another common issue: overthinking grammar while speaking. It's one of the biggest reasons learners freeze mid-sentence. You start thinking, "Wait, should I say I have gone or I went?" And that thinking slows you down. The truth is, grammar doesn't make you fluent. Practice does. Grammar helps you understand structure, but speaking practice helps you use it naturally. So, the next time you want to say something, but aren't sure about the tense or structure, just say it the best way you can. Focus on communication, not perfection. For example, if you say, "Yesterday I go to park," the listener still understands you. Later, when you hear the correct form, yesterday I went to the park. Your brain adjusts automatically. You don't need to correct every mistake instantly. You just need to keep going. Let's practice this with a confidence drill. Repeat after me. It's okay if my grammar isn't perfect. I'm learning every time I speak. Fluency comes from using the language, not just knowing it. The more I speak, the better I become. These reminders are like mental training. They make you brave enough to speak freely. Now, let's bring in some daily life speaking examples you can use right away. Imagine you're at the supermarket. Repeat after me. Excuse me, where can I find the bread? How much is this? Do you have this in a smaller size? Can I pay by card? Thank you. Have a great day. These short lines sound simple, but they give you confidence in real situations. Let's practice another everyday scenario, making small talk at work or school. Repeat with me. How's your day going? Pretty busy, but not too bad. Same here. I've got a lot to finish before lunch. Yeah, I know that feeling. Let's grab coffee later. This kind of conversation builds rhythm and confidence without needing complex vocabulary. If you want to train your speaking more deeply, practice storytelling using real experiences. For example, let's tell a small story together. Last week, I met my old friend at a cafe. We hadn't seen each other for years. We talked about school memories and laughed a lot. The weather was perfect, and the coffee was great. It felt so good to reconnect. Simple, but natural. Try creating your own short stories daily. It's one of the best exercises to make your brain comfortable with continuous speaking. Now, let's work on using fillers, the small natural words that help you sound fluent when you need time to think. Words like, well, actually, you know, I mean, and let me think. These help you keep speaking while your brain organizes the next idea. For example, instead of pausing silently, you can say, well, let me think, or actually, that's a good question. Let's practice together. Repeat after me. Well, I think that's true. You know, I didn't expect that. I mean, it's kind of surprising. Let me think for a second. Actually, I totally agree. These short phrases are small bridges between your ideas. They make your English sound natural and confident. Now let's focus a little on pronunciation flow. You don't need to sound exactly like a native speaker. You just need to sound clear and comfortable. Many learners tighten their mouths or lips when speaking, which makes the voice sound unnatural. Instead, relax your mouth, open it slightly, and let the words flow out easily. Try this line slowly. I'm happy to be here. Now again, but with relaxed lips. I'm happy to be here. Feel how soft and natural it sounds? That's clarity. Let's practice with a few more lines. It's a beautiful morning. I'm learning something new every day. I like how English sounds. Speaking makes me feel confident. I'm not afraid anymore. Keep repeating these softly to build comfort and flow. Now, let's talk about emotional connection. The reason you understand English so easily is because your brain recognizes the meaning. But sometimes your emotions still respond in your first language. To become fluent, you need to emotionally connect with English too. That means feeling joy, sadness, excitement, or surprise in English naturally. Let's try this emotionally connected exercise. Think about something that made you smile recently. Picture it clearly. Now, describe it in English. I saw a beautiful sunset yesterday. The sky turned orange and pink. It made me feel peaceful. Feel the emotion as you speak. This kind of practice connects your thoughts, language, and feelings. That's what makes your speech alive. Now, I want to give you a short relaxation technique for when you feel nervous before speaking. Close your eyes for a moment and take a slow, deep breath. Breathe in through your nose. Hold it gently and breathe out slowly. Say to yourself, I'm calm. I'm ready. I can do this. This tiny moment of calm helps your brain focus and reduces fear instantly. Let's use that calm energy in another short speaking activity. Describe your plans for tomorrow, step by step. Tomorrow I'll wake up early. I'll have breakfast and go for a walk. Then I'll study English for an hour. In the afternoon, I'll meet my friend. In the evening, I'll watch a movie before bed. That's it. A simple daily description. If you do this each morning or night, you'll train your brain to think naturally in English without effort. Now, let's do a reflection exercise, one that connects everything we've practiced so far. Think about your English journey, from the first time you learned your first English word to now. You've grown so much. You understand movies, songs, conversations, and stories. You've practiced shadowing, describing, storytelling, and real-life dialogue. You've spoken with courage, even when it was hard. That's something to be proud of. Repeat softly after me. I've come a long way. I'm still learning, but I'm doing great. My English is improving every single day. I can express myself more clearly now. I'm confident and calm when I speak. You see, fluency isn't a destination. It's a journey that happens quietly inside you every time you speak, listen, and think in English. You're already living that journey right now. So, as we end this part, I want you to take a deep breath and smile. Feel that quiet confidence building inside you. And repeat one last time after me. I understand English deeply. I can speak English freely. I'm training my mind and mouth to work together. I'm proud of myself. You're doing amazing work. Let's keep building on this strength as we move forward into the next part of your speaking transformation. Let's continue this journey together. You've learned how to think directly in English, how to calm your mind, and how to use natural rhythm when speaking. Now it's time to deepen your fluency by practicing how to respond instantly in conversations. Not just understanding what others say, but reacting smoothly without fear or long pauses. Fluency is not only about knowing what to say, but how quickly your brain can find the right words and connect them to your voice. The more you practice reacting in real time, the faster your brain learns to do it naturally. Let's start with a simple warm-up. I'll say a short sentence, and I want you to respond out loud, immediately, without thinking too much. It's a beautiful day. Maybe you say, yes, I love sunny days. I'm so tired today. Maybe you say, oh, me too, I didn't sleep well. I just got a new phone. Maybe you say, really? That's exciting. What brand? These small exchanges train your brain to react naturally instead of pausing for translation. Let's continue this reaction practice. I'll say something and you reply quickly in your own voice. I missed the bus this morning. I'm learning to cook. I think I caught a cold. I had a really busy week. I'm planning a trip next month. I bought a gift for my friend. Just respond freely. You don't have to be perfect. The goal is instant connection between listening and speaking. Now let's practice another skill, expanding your answers. Many learners give short answers like yes or no, and the conversation ends too soon. Instead, learn to add one more small sentence. For example, if someone asks, "Do you like music?" Instead of just saying yes, say, "Yes, I love it. I listen to it every day." Or if someone says, "Are you busy?" you can reply, "A little bit. I have some work to finish." That small addition makes your conversation natural and warm. Let's do this together. I'll ask a few questions, and you give full, expanded answers. Do you like reading? Maybe you say, "Yes, I do. I usually read before bed." Do you enjoy traveling? You could say, "Of course. I love exploring new places." Do you cook often? Yes, sometimes. I try new recipes on weekends. Simple, clear, and natural. That's how you train conversation flow. Now, let's talk about building your vocabulary through experience instead of memorization. The best vocabulary you'll ever learn comes from context, from hearing words used in real life. Every time you learn a new word, don't just memorize its meaning. Use it in a sentence, imagine a situation, and speak it aloud. For example, if you learn the word comfortable, don't just think relaxed. Say, "This chair is comfortable. I feel comfortable in my new shoes. Your home looks so comfortable." You connect the word to emotion and experience. That's how it sticks. Let's practice this with a few words together. The word is excited. Repeat after me. I'm excited for the weekend. I'm excited to meet my friends. I get excited before traveling. Now, the word bored. I feel bored when I have nothing to do. This movie is boring. I was bored yesterday. Now, delicious. This food is delicious. That cake looks delicious. Dinner smells delicious. You see? You're not just learning vocabulary. You're living it through repetition and imagination. Another simple but effective way to improve fluency is to describe your feelings during the day. When you wake up, say, "I feel sleepy." When you finish breakfast, say, "I feel full." When you go outside, say, "It's hot today." When you come home, say, "I'm tired but happy." These small expressions help you think and speak in English all day long without needing a teacher. Let's take a moment for a describe your world exercise. Look around your room right now and start describing it in English, even quietly to yourself. The window is open. The curtains are white. There's a book on the table. My phone is charging. I can hear cars outside. This simple observation practice helps your brain turn everyday life into English vocabulary automatically. Now, let's discuss something that every learner experiences: losing motivation. Sometimes you study hard for weeks, and then suddenly you feel tired or stuck. You start thinking, maybe I'll never speak fluently. But remember, fluency is not built in a straight line. It's built in quiet progress, one day at a time. Even if you practice for just 10 minutes, it still counts. What matters most is consistency. So when you feel unmotivated, try to change your routine slightly instead of stopping completely. Watch something fun in English, maybe a comedy clip, a song, or a vlog. Or talk about your day with yourself in English for 5 minutes. The key is to stay connected to English emotionally, even when you're tired. Let's do a small motivation reflection now. Repeat slowly after me. Even small practice makes me stronger. I'm learning something new every day. Fluency takes time, but I'm patient. I'm proud of every step I take. I'm closer to my goal than I think. You're not just learning, you're transforming your relationship with the language. Now, let's return to some speaking drills. This time, we'll combine shadowing and improvisation. I'll say a short sentence, you repeat it, and then add your own extra sentence. Ready? I woke up early. You could add, I made breakfast and listened to music. I went shopping today. You could add, I bought some fresh fruit. I met my friend at the cafe. Add, we talked for 2 hours. I studied English in the evening. Add, it felt really good to practice. This exercise connects repetition with creativity, a perfect combination for fluency. Now, let's talk about shadowing emotions, the way you can copy not just the words, but the feelings behind them. This is what makes your English sound truly natural. For example, if someone says, I'm so happy for you, repeat it with the same warmth in your voice. If someone says, I can't believe this happened, repeat it with real surprise. You're not just speaking, you're feeling the words. Let's try a few. That's amazing. Say it with joy. I'm so sorry. Say it gently with empathy. Oh no, not again. Say it with frustration. You did a great job. Say it with excitement. You see, emotion is part of fluency. The more emotion you use, the more alive your English becomes. Now let's explore a new fluency building technique called speaking in chains. This means connecting one idea to the next, like links in a chain, without stopping too soon. For example, I went to the park. It was quiet. I sat under a tree. I listened to music. I felt peaceful. That's a simple chain. Every sentence connects smoothly. Let's try one together about your morning. I woke up early. I made some tea. It smelled really nice. I checked my messages. I replied to a few friends. Then I started working. Perfect. You can practice this every day. Pick any topic and create a smooth chain of short sentences. It's one of the fastest ways to train continuous thinking in English. Let's do another chain about your weekend. On Saturday, I cleaned my room. It took a long time, but it felt good afterward. I listened to music while cleaning. Then I watched a movie. On Sunday, I met my cousin for lunch. We laughed a lot. It was a nice weekend. This kind of storytelling strengthens your fluency without stress. Now, let's talk about listening habits again. When you listen to English content, don't just understand. Imitate and interact with it. Pause the video, repeat the sentence, or respond out loud as if you were part of the conversation. For example, if you hear someone say, I love rainy days, reply, really? I prefer sunny weather. It feels playful, but it builds natural reaction speed. Let's try it right now with a few lines. I'll say something and you respond aloud naturally. I can't decide what to eat. I want to learn something new this year. I feel lazy today. I forgot my keys again. I'm trying to save money. Speak freely without fear. That's how your confidence grows day by day. Now take a moment to slow down your breathing. Inhale gently. Exhale slowly. Smile softly and repeat with me. I'm calm when I speak. I'm confident when I speak. My mind and my mouth work together. Speaking English feels natural to me. Now, let's practice quick opinion responses, short sentences that show your thoughts instantly. Repeat after me. That's true. I totally agree. I don't think so. That's interesting. Maybe, but I'm not sure. Exactly. You're right. These are useful in conversations when you want to show understanding or participation without overthinking. Let's try to combine some of them naturally. That's true. I didn't notice that before. Exactly. I was thinking the same thing. I don't think so. Maybe it's different. That's interesting. Tell me more. With practice, your responses will start flowing like water, smooth and natural. Finally, let's end this part with a powerful visualization. Imagine yourself in a real conversation, maybe with a native speaker or a friend. You're relaxed. You're smiling. You understand every word clearly. You reply without fear, your words coming easily, your voice calm and steady. You laugh, you ask questions, you share your thoughts freely. That's the version of you we're building, and it's not far away. Repeat softly after me. I can speak fluently. I can think clearly in English. I enjoy every moment of practice. Speaking English feels natural to me. Every day I'm becoming more confident. Take a deep breath. Smile. And remember, fluency isn't something you wait for. It's something you create every single day. You're already creating it now, one word at a time. You're doing beautifully. You've come such a long way on this journey, and your mind is now learning to think and respond in English more naturally each day. The more you listen, repeat, and speak, the stronger those neural pathways become, the ones that connect thought to speech without translation. So, in this section, we're going to make your fluency even deeper by strengthening your automatic thinking and emotional expression in daily life situations. Let's begin with something that happens to everyone: making decisions in English. You might not realize it, but decision making is one of the best ways to train spontaneous thinking. When you face small choices, try to think about them in English. For example, should I have tea or coffee? I'll take coffee today. Should I go out or stay home? I'll stay home and relax. When you do this regularly, you train your inner voice to respond in English naturally. Let's practice this right now with me. I'll give you some simple choices, and you make your quick decision in English. Tea or coffee? Morning or evening? Bus or taxi? Reading or watching a movie? Staying up late or sleeping early? Working or resting? Don't think too long, just answer immediately. This reaction training strengthens your speaking speed and confidence. Now let's move on to another fluency building method: talking about opinions and reasons. When you share opinions in English, your thoughts start forming full sentences automatically. Let's practice with some common topics. Repeat after me. I like mornings because they feel peaceful. I prefer summer because I love the sunshine. I enjoy learning English because it connects me with the world. I don't like traffic because it wastes time. I think reading is better than watching TV. Every time you give a reason after your opinion, you make your sentence richer and more natural. Let's take this idea further, expressing agreement and disagreement politely. Sometimes you might agree with someone, but other times you might see things differently. Both situations are great opportunities to practice your fluency. For example, to agree, you can say, "That's so true. I completely agree. You're right about that." To disagree politely, you can say, "I see your point, but I think differently. That's interesting, but maybe there's another way to see it. I'm not sure I agree, but that's a good idea." These soft phrases help you sound confident and kind at the same time. Let's practice them now. Repeat with me. "That's true. I totally agree. I see what you mean, but maybe it's not always like that. Good point, but I have a different opinion." Exactly. That's what I thought too. These are the small connectors that make your English sound natural in discussions and group talks. Now, let's imagine you're in a conversation and someone asks for your opinion on a simple topic, like technology or travel. Practice responding freely with me. "I think technology is great because it makes life easier. But sometimes I feel we use it too much. I love traveling because it opens my mind. I'd like to visit Japan one day. It looks beautiful. Learning new cultures makes me feel alive." When you talk like this, you're not only speaking English, you're expressing yourself through it. Let's go deeper into storytelling with emotion. When you tell a story, don't focus only on what happened. Focus on how it felt. The feelings make your English powerful and memorable. Listen to this example. "Last night I went for a walk alone. The streets were quiet and the air was cool. I could hear my own footsteps echoing. It felt peaceful, almost magical." See how emotion transforms a simple story into something alive? Now it's your turn. Think of something small that made you feel something recently. Maybe a happy moment, a funny event, or even a stressful one. Describe it out loud in English, using your feelings. "I was nervous before my meeting." "I felt proud after finishing my project." "I laughed so hard watching that show." The more you describe emotions, the more expressive your English becomes. Let's work on another kind of speaking, future talk. When you talk about your future plans, you imagine situations in English before they happen. This not only builds confidence, but it helps you prepare mentally for real conversations. Let's try together. Next week, I'm going to start a new routine. I'll study English every morning. I'm planning to exercise more often. I'm going to call my friend and practice speaking with her. I'll make English a part of my daily life. Each time you speak about your future, your brain starts expecting those actions, and that expectation strengthens your motivation. Now, let's add something very powerful to your practice: gratitude in English. When you express gratitude, you build a positive emotional connection with the language. It turns practice into something joyful instead of stressful. Let's try it right now. Repeat softly after me. "I'm grateful for this moment. I'm thankful that I can learn English. I appreciate every small improvement. I'm lucky to have time to practice. I'm proud of my effort." Feel how calm that sounds? Gratitude relaxes your mind and helps your voice sound peaceful and confident. Now, let's practice another daily life scene: meeting someone new. It's one of the most common situations that learners worry about, but it's also one of the easiest to master. Repeat with me. "Hi, nice to meet you. Where are you from?" Oh, that's interesting. What do you do? I'm an English learner. I've been practicing for a while. That's great. I'd love to visit your country someday. Nice talking to you. These simple, warm sentences are enough to start any friendly conversation. Let's continue with another scenario, talking about your hobbies. You can say, I like reading books in English. I enjoy listening to music while cooking. I love taking walks in the evening. I spend time with my family on weekends. Sometimes I just relax and watch TV shows. Notice how simple yet expressive these sentences are. Hobbies are perfect for daily speaking practice because they connect with real emotions and familiar topics. Let's now practice a very useful skill, asking follow-up questions. When someone tells you something, the best way to keep the conversation going is to ask a short question back. For example, if your friend says, I went hiking yesterday, you can reply, Oh, really? Where did you go? Or if someone says, I'm learning guitar, you can ask, Wow, how long have you been playing? These small questions show interest and make your English interactions more natural. Let's do a short interactive round together. I'll give you a sentence and you ask a follow-up question aloud. I saw a new movie yesterday. I bought a new phone. I'm planning to travel soon. I started a new job last week. I met someone interesting. Keep practicing like this, and you'll never run out of things to say. Now, let's take a moment to focus on intonation and rhythm once again. The melody of your voice gives life to your English. Try this with me. I really like this place. Add a small rise at really, then a soft fall at place. Now say, I didn't expect that. Let your voice rise slightly at expect. Try. That's a great idea. Let your tone rise with energy at the end. See how much emotion tone can carry? This is what makes your voice sound confident, warm, and real. Let's combine everything now with a little role play scene. Imagine you're at a cafe meeting a friend. You. Hey, how have you been? Friend. Pretty good, just busy with work. You. Yeah, same here. Work's been crazy lately. Friend. Tell me about it. I need a vacation. You. Same. Maybe we should plan one together. Friend. That sounds amazing. You're into them. Let's do it. Short, natural, friendly. That's what real English feels like. Now let's breathe together for a moment and repeat these affirmations slowly. I can start conversations easily. I can keep them going naturally. I can express my thoughts clearly. I can share my feelings confidently. I'm improving every single day. Sometimes when you speak, you might still feel shy or nervous about your accent. But remember, accent is not a mistake. It's part of your identity. It shows your story and your effort. People love hearing different accents because they show the beauty of diversity. So instead of hiding your accent, speak with pride. Repeat softly after me. My accent is part of who I am. It shows that I'm bilingual, that I'm brave, that I've learned another language. I speak clearly and proudly. My goal is communication, not perfection. Feel that confidence growing inside you. You're becoming more comfortable with your voice, and that's real fluency. Let's end this section with a short visualization practice. Close your eyes for a moment if you can. Imagine you're walking confidently into a conversation. You smile, you greet someone, you listen calmly, you respond naturally. Your words flow easily, Your voice sounds warm and you feel relaxed. That's the new version of you, the one who not only understands English but lives it. Now say softly with me, I'm living in English now. I speak calmly and clearly. I understand and respond easily. My thoughts flow in English. Every moment of practice brings me closer to fluency. You're doing amazing work. Your progress is visible, your voice is stronger, and your confidence is growing with every sentence you speak. Keep going, keep practicing, and keep believing. Because your fluency is not in the future anymore. It's happening right now, in this very moment. You've done something truly amazing. You've stayed patient, focused, and brave throughout this whole journey. You didn't just listen to English. You lived it, you felt it, you practiced it with heart. And now your mind, your mouth, and your emotions are beginning to move together in perfect balance. You're not just an English learner anymore. You're an English speaker. In this final part, let's go deeper into the art of keeping your fluency alive every single day. Fluency isn't something that stays with you automatically. It grows when you nurture it. Think of it like a small plant that becomes stronger with daily care. Even a few minutes of English practice every day will keep your skills sharp and your confidence high. Let's begin with one of the most effective habits you can build: daily talking practice. You don't always need a partner. Your best partner can be yourself. When you're getting ready in the morning, describe what you're doing in English. I'm brushing my teeth. I'm putting on my shoes. I'm packing my bag. When you're cooking, talk about it softly. I'm boiling water. I'm chopping vegetables. It smells delicious. This constant narration keeps your thoughts connected to English all day long. Let's make it even more practical. Imagine you're walking outside. You can describe your surroundings as you go. The sky looks beautiful today. I can feel a light breeze. People are walking quickly. The air smells fresh. There's music coming from that cafe. You're not memorizing anything. You're observing and living through English. That's what real fluency is all about. Now, let's practice a reflection exercise that keeps your mind active in English. Every evening before bed, take a moment to think about your day and speak it aloud in English, even if it's just for 1 minute. Today was a good day. I worked hard and learned something new. I made a small mistake, but I learned from it. I talked to my colleague and had a nice conversation. I'm proud of myself for practicing English. This quiet moment helps your brain process the day in English, creating deeper memory connections. You can also practice future thinking before sleeping. Tell yourself what you'll do tomorrow. In English, tomorrow I'll wake up early. I'll go for a walk. I'll drink water before coffee. I'll study English for an hour. I'll smile more. These small intentions spoken in English strengthen your mindset and keep the language active even while you sleep. Now, let's talk about something very important: consistency over intensity. Many people try to study English for long hours once a week, but that doesn't build real fluency. Fluency grows through small daily effort, short, simple, repeated actions. Even 10 minutes of focused practice every day is more powerful than 3 hours once a week. The secret is not how much time you spend, but how regularly you show up. Let's practice an affirmation together for that habit. Repeat softly after me. I practice English every day, even for a few minutes. Consistency makes me fluent. Small progress every day creates big results. I don't stop. I keep moving forward. English is part of my daily life now. Now, let's imagine a few real-life scenes that you can practice to stay fluent in daily life. You wake up in the morning. Talk to yourself in English. Good morning. Let's start the day. I feel a little sleepy, but ready to go. I'll have breakfast and check my messages. When you go outside, keep your thoughts in English. The weather feels warm today. There's traffic on the road. I'll stop by the store later. When you meet someone, use English in your inner voice. She looks happy. He's talking about work. I'll ask how his weekend was. These small daily moments build invisible strength, the kind of strength that makes you fluent without even realizing it. Let's do a guided daily life conversation together to help you imagine it more vividly. You. Hey, how are you today? Friend. I'm good, just tired. You. Yeah, I know that feeling. Did you sleep late? Friend. Yeah, I was watching a show. You? What show? Friend. Just something funny on Netflix. You. Nice. I've been looking for something new to watch. Friend. You should check it out. You. Sure, I'll do that. Thanks. This simple, friendly rhythm is the essence of natural English. Short sentences, emotional tone, and smooth flow. Now let's shift to something many learners overlook: listening actively. Fluent speakers are also fluent listeners. Listening isn't just about understanding words. It's about hearing rhythm, tone, and emotion. Every time you listen to a conversation, podcast, or movie, focus on how people sound, not just what they say. Notice how their voice rises when asking a question, how it softens when showing empathy, how it speeds up when they're excited. Let's do a listening imitation exercise together. Repeat after me softly, matching tone and rhythm. How's it going? Not too bad. What are you up to? Just relaxing. That sounds fun. Yeah, I needed a break. These lines are simple, but their sound and tone carry life. When you copy that sound, you're not only learning words, you're learning the heartbeat of the language. Now let's bring our focus back to confidence, because confidence is not something you find. It's something you build. Every time you speak, even if you're alone, you're building that confidence muscle. You might make mistakes. You might forget a word. You might feel awkward. But that's all part of the process. Every speaker you admire went through that same stage. They didn't wait for perfection. They spoke, practiced, adjusted, and improved. Repeat this softly after me as a promise to yourself. I'm not afraid of mistakes. I learn from every word I speak. I'm becoming fluent through practice. My confidence grows with every sentence. I believe in myself. You're not only training your language, you're training your courage. Now, let's focus on inner calm, because your voice sounds strongest when your mind is peaceful. Before speaking, take a small pause. Breathe in slowly. Feel the air fill your lungs. Then breathe out gently. Smile softly and begin speaking. That small breath resets your rhythm, clears your thoughts, and prepares your brain to perform better. Let's do it together now. Inhale slowly through your nose. Hold for a moment. Exhale through your mouth. Now say quietly, I'm ready to speak. I'm calm. My voice is clear. My words flow easily. That's the energy you want to bring to every English conversation. Calm, grounded, natural. Let's practice a few confidence-building phrases for real-life moments when you're unsure what to say. Repeat after me. Give me a second to think. That's a good question. Let me see. I'm not sure, but I think. That's interesting. I've never thought about that. These are lifesavers. They give your brain a moment to prepare while still sounding natural and engaged. Now, let's talk about expanding your comfort zone. The more you use English outside of study time, the faster your brain adapts. Try reading short articles in English, listening to songs and understanding the lyrics, or even changing your phone or app settings to English. Surrounding yourself with English helps your brain accept it as normal, not foreign. Imagine this scene for a moment. You wake up in the morning and open your phone. The notifications, the messages, the headlines, all in English. You smile because it feels natural now. You read them slowly, understanding most of the words easily. You think, wow, a few months ago this was hard for me, and now it feels simple. That's real progress. Quiet, steady, and powerful. Now let's practice visual fluency. Look around you and create small stories in English using what you see. For example, the cup on the table is half full. There's a book beside it. Maybe someone was reading. The curtain is moving slightly because of the wind. The sunlight is soft this morning. You're creating English scenes in your mind. And this keeps your brain active and creative in the language. Now, we're going to slow down for a moment. You've practiced shadowing, repetition, emotion, storytelling, daily dialogue, and confidence building. You've learned to relax, to breathe, and to speak from your heart. You've made mistakes, corrected them, and moved forward. This journey you're on, it's not about reaching perfection. It's about finding peace and freedom in communication. Let's take a final moment together for reflection. Close your eyes if you can, and breathe deeply. Think about the first time you started learning English. Maybe you were nervous, maybe you were excited, maybe you were shy. Now think about yourself today, stronger, calmer, more confident. You understand almost everything you hear, and your words are starting to flow naturally. You've built this ability through your own effort, your patience, and your persistence. Now repeat softly after me, your closing affirmations. I am fluent in my own way. I speak English clearly and confidently. I understand, I express, and I connect. English is now a part of who I am. I enjoy speaking, listening, and learning every day. Let these words stay with you long after this video ends. Because fluency is not just about language, it's about freedom. The freedom to share your thoughts, your ideas, your laughter, and your feelings with the world. And you already have that freedom inside you. Now you're learning to express it through English. So keep practicing every day. Keep speaking even when no one is listening. Keep smiling when you make mistakes. Keep trusting the process. Because you're not just learning English. You're building a voice that can travel across the world. Take one last deep breath with me. Inhale gently. Exhale slowly. And say quietly, one final time. I understand English. I can speak English. I am fluent. and I am proud of how far I've come. You've done it. You've completed the full journey, step by step, sentence by sentence, with courage and patience. And this is only the beginning. From here, your fluency will continue to grow every time you speak, every time you listen, every time you think in English. Thank you for spending this time with me. You've worked hard and you deserve to feel proud. Remember, you can speak, you can express, you can connect. And your English voice will keep getting stronger, clearer, and more natural every day.